Welcome to the RAD for external loads. So we're talking Olympic weightlifting and powerlifting movements.
So as you'll see here, this is very similar to the gymnastics RAD, but we've got external loads. So we're looking at the snatch, the clean, the shoulder to overhead, primarily the jerk, the deadlift, and the back squat. For beginner athletes, you'll start down in the yellow with foundation movements, kind of using the kettlebell or dumbbell or very light versions, simpler versions of the movement. Orange, that's around that more, slightly more advanced beginner to getting closer into the scaled sort of division. And then moving up from there in the green, blue, purple, black. And then the red is what we would consider someone who is ready to compete in the quarterfinals with a goal of trying to get to the semifinals. And so what you're going to do is you're going to give yourself a score in each division. So for example, green 2, if you go all the way down to the bottom, you'll see that there is a 9 underneath that, and therefore you would get 9 points. And you'll do the same for each section: cleans, shoulder to overhead, deadlifts, and back squats. You'll add up all 5 scores there, and then that will give you your total out of 100. Now, there's a few ways that this is going to work. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to highlight if you've got a particular element that is weaker than the others. So maybe your snatch and your clean are up somewhere purple 1, but then your jerk is all the way down at blue 1, and your power lifts are all in purple as well. It highlights that outline weakness, so you know where you need to put work in. The other thing that it will tell us is, say, for example, your Olympic lifts are in the green section. So maybe green 2 for your snatch, clean, and your jerk. They're all relatively even. But then your power lifts, your deadlift, and your squat, they might be closer up to the purple area or even in the black. What that's going to show us is that you've got great strength, but your technique in the Olympic lifts is not quite there. And so that means that we can start to put more focus into the technical element of your training. On the other hand, maybe you're even all the way through and your Olympic lifts and your power lifts are all in the same sort of level. Maybe they're all around the blue section. What that tells us is likely you need to be working on your raw power strength. So that means working on your pull off the ground and also on your squat strength, because that's going to directly impact the amount of load that you can lift if you've got reasonable Olympic lifting technique. Finally, it's going to tell us how your external load ability, so your weightlifting and powerlifting, compare to your gymnastics. And it's going to give us an idea of what you need to be focusing on the most. For example, I'm going to have a score out of 100 for my external load. So my personal score in the external load is 100. But then on the gymnastics RAD, my gymnastics score is only 70. And so that shows that I've got a massive weakness in my gymnastics and that I should be putting a significant amount of effort into that area. Now, if you need help or guidance on what the next best step is for you, you can reach out to a coach and get some guidance.